So as you probably know, Tekken 8 got revealed, and the reveal was amazing. It led me on to watching some YouTube videos. I was watching Main Man Swee, and he did a tier list video. Who to expect in Tekken 8 from Tekken 7 and things like that. And I was like, hey, this looks fun, I'm going to do that. So, here we are. This is the layout I've gone guaranteed base roster, very likely, pretty likely, unlikely, very unlikely, and then I've got DLC tiers, because there's characters that probably won't get put in the base roster and they'll be put in as DLC, and then there's not happening. And speaking of not happening, let's just get it out the way. Where are you? Boom. Where are you? Boom. And boom. Let's get real. Noctis ain't coming back. Negan definitely ain't coming back. Geese. People say he might come back, but, you know, Main Man said it in his video as well, and I completely agree. If you put Geese in another game, it sets the precedent that, hey, if you want to play Geese, just play Tekken. We don't care if you play our game, play other games. So, Geese definitely isn't coming back. And by extension, I don't think Akuma will come back either, because Street Fighter 6 is coming out, and it's probably going to come out in a similar time frame to Tekken, and it's going to be competing with Tekken, because Tekken kind of seems like it's on its way to take the crown and be the top dog shit, you know? So, I don't think Akuma's going to come back. Also, I think the developers are really scared of putting 2D in now because of the immense backlash. So, speaking of 2D, Eliza's a Tekken original, so I can see Eliza coming back, but both DLC or just in the base roster, I see it being very unlikely because people they really just don't like 2D, which is a shame because I think Akuma's one of the sickest characters we've had in a long time. Granted, he was horribly overpowered and just a mess to balance, but he's cool. Geese, I think, is less cool, but he's still cool. And Eliza, I don't really know anything about Eliza. I'm not going to pretend like I do. But she's a cool design, right? She just looks cool. Granted, I know you can increase the size of her titties and shit like that, which is quite funny. But genuinely, she's pretty cool looking. And very different from, you know, the rest of all these. So, like, I suppose we should just go in order of... Well, actually, no, I've just remembered as well. Let's get the obvious out the way. Mr. Tekken and Mr. Tekken. And by extension, Mr. also Tekken. There you go. So, Kazuya, Jin, we already know they're coming. Devil Jin, probably. I'd be very surprised if Devil Jin is not his own character and is integrated into Jin, because that would be the most overpowered fucking thing ever. But, you know, oh yeah, Bake's dead. Let's put Bake in there. Well, actually, I can see Bake being DLC. Because a lot of people do actually like Bake, and Bake has some really... Is it Bake or Beck, by the way? I do apologise for that. But yeah, a lot of people actually like Bake, myself included. I made a funny Walter White costume in Tekken Tag. It'd be pretty cool to do that again. Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool to see Beck as DLC, and I would definitely be down to buy it, because he's got a cool moveset. He's really cool. He's not as crazy as Hwoarang or anything, and Hwoarang is the new hotness. But, you know, he's pretty cool. Beck's cool. And I definitely wouldn't mind seeing him as DLC. And I'd honestly expect it, because, you know, Marduk was left out in Tekken 7, Armor King was left out in Tekken 7, Anna Williams was, which is still surprising, honestly. And, you know, but a few other characters that were quite veteran characters that people like were left out and then added as DLC. And this time around, I see Bake being that person. Armor King, when I first made this tier list, because I made 2 before, just to sort of get a feel for it. I made one with just Tekken 7, and then I made another one with all characters. I put Armor King down here. Little did I know, he's one of the most fucking popular characters, so he's up here. They're not going to leave out a character that printed that much money. They're not going to leave out a character that is that ridiculously popular. They're not going to leave out a character that everybody fucking loves. You know, people love Armor King, myself included. I think he's fucking cool as fuck as well, right? I'm not going to lie to you. He's pretty nice, and his design, albeit a bit over the top, like I think the chains are a bit much, looks very nice. And while we're talking about King, let's put King in there. It's King, he doesn't miss. Christy, she is not going to be in the base game. I think Harada sees money, and he likes money, because who doesn't like money? And he knows that Christy fans will buy Christy 400,000 times. Christy... I don't know how many of you are familiar with Guilty Gear, probably a lot of you if you watch this video. Baiken in Guilty Gear sold so many copies of Guilty Gear for Baiken, and I feel like Christy has that effect where her fans, they might not buy the game if Christy's not in it, but as soon as Christy's put in it, they won't pay $5.99 for Christy, they'll pay $75.99 for Christy, because they'll buy the game and then Christy, right? And I'm pretty sure Bandai you know, they're where is he? I saw him. They're no stranger to enjoying money. They're not exactly idiots when it comes to making money. They're a bit shameless with it. So I can really see them just leaving Christy out of the base game, putting her in as DLC, and a bunch of people will buy it. A bunch of people will celebrate it. It'll probably be trending on Twitter like big time and things like that. So yeah, Christy definitely going to be left out of the game to be put in later as DLC. Now you can't have Christy without Eddie. So Eddie, I can see it's Eddie. You know, he's probably going to be in the game. Although the only thing I can think of, which is I'm going to put him in very likely because it's Eddie Gordo. He's a capo fighter. The only way I can see Eddie not being added is if they straight up leave any capos out of the game to add Christy as DLC and only Christy. I'd be surprised if Eddie doesn't make it because, I mean, me and my brother, Nazasta, we always joke about frickin' Unilad and, oh, who remembers Eddie Gordo in Tekken 3? He was so OP. You know, shit like that. Because Eddie Gordo does have a rep like that and he is a very, very popular Tekken character. So, you know, it'd just be really weird to leave any capos out. So if they do leave any capos out, Christy will be DLC. If they don't, Eddie will probably be in the game. And if Christy is DLC on top of Eddie, then that's just annoying. But, you know, I can see them doing that. I'm not going to pretend like I can't see them doing that. So, yeah, Eddie, very likely. I'm not going to put him in guaranteed base roster because of my Christy suspicions, but it's Eddie. He's a capo. Everybody loves him, unless you play Tag 2, and then you have a boiling, deep down hatred for them. But, you know, speaking of Tag 2, Bob is probably gonna be added. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be guaranteed base roster, but he's very likely because it's Bob. He's pretty. I think Bob's quite popular. I like Bob. Quite a few people like Bob. He's very light-hearted and he's quite a comic relief character. And a lot of characters in Tekken are pretty, you know, gritty and serious. And I know there's like Elisa and things like that, but Elisa's like a serious character for the weebs, you know. And I know Tekken 7's story direction and things like that would lead you to believe otherwise, but a lot of these characters do actually have pretty crazy stuff, and I don't actually know much about Bob. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I had a quick skim through the wiki. I can't really see anything very, you know, serious about him, but, you know, I think he's quite popular. Tekken 6 players hate him. He was OP in Tekken Tag 2 as well, but, I mean, Bob has been overshadowed by Leroy at this point, I like to think, and yeah, I can just see Bob. He's pretty popular. I like it, and I think quite a lot of other people share that sentiment. He's pretty cool. He's a unique take on a Mishima as well, which is pretty nice. Look, Elisa's part of the story. She's going to be in the game. She's ridiculously popular. A bunch of people see Elisa. You know, she's the Weebs character, and there's nothing wrong with that. Kind of, but you know, she's actually quite cool. She's got weird. I don't like the way she takes her head off, but you know, she's super popular. Yeah, Elisa is stupidly popular. She's part of the story. Like I say, she's the Weebs character, and it's no secret that Weebs will eat anything anime up. Speaking of anime, I had her in my sights, and now I've lost her. Where is she? There you are. She's going to be added as well. I don't think they're going to leave Lucky Chloe out as DLC because I think she's also too popular to just not be added. Harada's stubborn, right? You know, don't ask me for shit and stuff like that. And Lucky Chloe had a really bad reception because, oh, it's anime, what is this? Isn't Tekken? And then she's one of the most played characters and a load of people play her, and, you know. It was one of them cases of people complaining, but they're guilty of it, if you know what I mean. Because I feel like a lot of people complain about Lucky Chloe probably played Lucky Chloe and had fun because she's a cool character. She's got a lot of rhythm-based mechanics and things like that, and it's pretty awesome. So yeah, Lucky Chloe, definitely. Oh, by the way, I didn't touch on these. Fakram Ram's confirmed for the story, and Leroy was in the anime, so they're going to be coming. Think of them like Street Fighter 6's Luke, where in Street Fighter 5 he was DLC and OP, and in Street Fighter 6 he's like one of the main characters. That'll be Fakram Ram, that'll be Leroy, and by extension, that will be where the fuck is she? Lydia. But I can't find her because I'm blind. Leah Marduk. Why is she not there? Why is she there? What the hell? Anyway. Yeah, Lydia also going to be in the game because she's also confirmed for the story. So, yeah, not much to say about those. There's not any speculation. They are coming. Elisa was already in the story. These two are the poster boys. King is king. He's too popular to not be in the game. Jack only ever missed one Tekken game. That was Tekken 4. Everybody hates Tekken 4, except they don't. But, I can see him being added because it'd be a bit weird if he wasn't. Who else should we do? Bruce Irvin. Similar thing with Christy. People are asking for Bruce loads and loads and loads. I know there's Fakumram and there's also Josie, who have basically double killed Bruce, but I feel like they can see the money that Bruce will bring, and they'll probably, imagine the material, right? Bruce comes in and beats the fuck out of Josie, and then beats the fuck out of Fakumram, and then, it's Bruce Irvin, no fucking way, and then he reunites with Kazuya or something, and he's like, let's end this war, bozo. I don't know what Bruce says. I'm your worst nightmare. That's what he says, isn't it? Bruce is same with Christie. He won't be in the base roster because they'll want to sell him. Because it's like, right, you want fucking Bruce? Pay for him. You know where they did that with Frame Data? Bruce and Christie. Same principle. Anna Williams. This is, I think, the first time Anna wasn't in the game alongside Nina, and it felt so weird that they changed it and put Anna back in the game with Nina, because it's like, how can you have the yin without the yang? It's kind of how it goes. Albeit, I understand Nina was basically the head of the Mishima Zaibatsu until Heihachi was like, I'm unkillable. So there's that. But still, it was so weird that Nina was in and Anna wasn't. I don't think any other Tekken game was like that. I'm thinking. Still thinking. No, yeah, I think every game where Nina's been in, Anna is as well. So I don't think they'll leave Nina out. Or you know what they could do actually? Now that I've just thought, I'll put her here because they might have the base roster have Anna, and then Nina could come in as DLC. Nah, that's stupid. Nina's more popular out of the two, I think. Claudio, unfortunately, he's popular, so he's pretty likely. I can see him happening. Asuka. Had my eyes on Asuka while I was talking about Claudio. Asuka's probably everything is lined up for Asuka to be finally important to the story. Asuka's relation to Jin and being a Kazuma, and fucking, I'm pretty sure Asuka's Jun's daughter and things like that. Like, if Asuka's not in the game with her ludicrous popularity and her potential story relevance, that would be strange. So, yeah. Anyway, back to Claudio. Claudio's pretty popular. He's one of the more popular Tekken newcomers, which I'm pretty sure isn't saying much, because who the fuck cares about Katarina, Gigas? Josie's quite popular as well, I think. But, the Tekken 7 newcomers this time around, I don't know if it's just me who has this opinion, or if people share the sentiment that Tekken 7's newcomers were extremely not that great. Lackluster. Is what I was going to say. But, they got developed over time and their movesets expanded and things like that, except Josie, who still feels like an incomplete character. But, yeah. Personal opinion aside, Claudio is undeniably one of the more popular newcomers out of the base roster newcomers, ignoring these three. Feng, guaranteed, he's Harada's main. Favoritism, it exists. Let's not kid ourselves. He just won Evo. Harada's like, yeah, man, I want to see more of that. Ogre. I'm going to put Ogre. Where is he? Jinpachi and Unknown. Because I think something that's quite popular in fighting games, is putting boss characters in as DLC very late into the game's life. Like, I think Street Fighter V did Gil and Seth, right at the end of the game, I think. Before, Season 4, they did that, I'm pretty sure. And they were Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 3 boss characters. And, Killer Instinct did Idol and Gargos in late Season 3. So I feel like what could happen is Tekken 8 will do Season 1 and it'll be Christy, Bruce, and then, I don't know, fucking Tifa Lockhart probably. Season 2, they'll do a lot of miscellaneous things like Tekken did with Marduk. It brought back Anna, it brought back Armor King and things like that. It'll probably do stuff like that with Beck. I don't really know who else, I'm not gonna lie. But, and then Season 3, they might do a boss fight DLC pass where they add Ogre, Jinpachi, and Unknown. But the thing with this is I don't see them adding just one boss character. I see them adding all three, or actually, or all four at once. By extension, put that there as well. You know what I mean? These two, I don't know if they'll go Devil Kazumi or they'll go straight up normal Kazumi or what. But, I can see Ogre, Jinpachi, Unknown, Kazumi being its season pass. The season pass is based around bosses, and you get a stage from Tekken 5 and the temple from Tekken 3 and the weird Tekken Tag final boss room, and hell, they might even bring back Precipice of Fate, even though it's a bit of a shitty stage, but they could do that. You know what I mean? I think that'd be pretty sick, and that's why I can see these boss characters possibly being DLC because of this sort of boss character DLC thing that games like to do. Combo is not happening. As much as I would absolutely fucking love Combo to return and be in combat fighting, if he's not playable online, they're not going to care about it, and that's just that. Like, Combo is the most broken Tekken character ever because you just put all the moves that you want on him and you just go crazy, and it's not like they sugarcoat it. You can get Electric Wind Godfist, you can get Jackhammer, you can get Air Inferno, you can get friggin' what's it called, Bob's down 2-3, yeah. Like, you can get seriously good moves. They don't just give you like mid-tier stuff across the board, They really wanted you to like make your own fight. You can get Death Fist for fuck's sake, but as a result of that, he wasn't usable online. And because he's not going to be usable online, I don't think they'll add him into the game's base roster because he's pretty costly on development funds, I would like to imagine. People aren't really going to buy a character that you can't use online. So I don't see combat happening at all. However, you, and Tetsujin's not on here, so leave out Tetsujin. But I can absolutely see them. You remember what I said about frame data, where they left frame data out and was like, no frame data, fuck off. And I was like, alright, fine, you want frame data? Buy it. And everybody bought it because they wanted frame data. Well, Mokujin, I feel like everybody wants Mokujin, and they're probably going to do the same thing where it's like, well, barely anyone uses Mokujin and is essentially just a game mode. So, you want to buy Mokujin for $5.99? You know what they might even do with Mokujin? They might make him a pre-order bonus character, right? Because, pre-order now and get Mokujin, and that's like, oh my god, Mokujin's back, I gotta get this game right now. I can see them doing that with Mokujin, and an idea that I had with Mokujin as well is 100 wins with Mokujin unlocks Tetsujin as a Mokujin skin, and then 1000 wins with Mokujin unlocks Kingjin as a Mokujin skin. But that's why Tetsujin's not there as his own fighter, it's just a Mokujin skin that you can unlock by being a gangster with Mokujin. That would be extremely sick, and I feel like they would do that because it would make money. And again, Bandai like money. Here's another one. He's going to be DLC. Heihachi is 100% going to be in the game. However, I think they'll leave him out of the game for the first time ever as like a little bit of a fresh, ooh, there's only 2 Mishimas. Even though, Bob's likely to come back. But, they'll be like, oh, there's only 2 Mishimas. There's Jin and Kazuya. And then they'll be like, lol, Heihachi's back. You know what they could actually do? In the boss-themed DLC, they could go in order of the game. Heihachi's Tekken 1 boss, Ogre's Tekken 3, Jun is Tekken Tag... No, not Jun. Unknown is Tekken Tag, Jinpachi, Tekken 5, and then, Tekken 7. The only thing with that is it's Heihachi. There is no possible about it. He is coming. Whether it's DLC or base roster, he is coming. And I personally think they'll leave him out to see what people think about only having these 3 as the Mishimas, and then they'll put him back in afterwards because people, Heihachi will sell, and that's that. Like, he just will, Next character, Angel, no one cares, I'm not gonna lie. Alex, I don't know anything about Alex, so I'll just put it in unlikely because I'm ignorant to the character and no other reason. Gigas, I thought Gigas was popular. Apparently he's not that popular, so I'll put him in unlikely. Katarina, I don't think anybody gives a fuck about Katarina, so I'll put her there. Julia, she's an annoying Twitch streamer, so I'll put Julia there. Because she's actually cool, she's a classic character. She's being re-charactered into a Twitch streamer, which is, I just threw up in my mouth. But, it's Julia. She's a classic. Paul Phoenix, literally the most popular character. In fact, put him at the top. I don't even care about it. Put him at the top. He's coming. Lars, story character, he's coming. Also popular as well. June, very likely. I'm not sure if she'll be base roster. She might be DLC. But stars have aligned, man. Jun. She seems like she's going to come into the game. I don't care about how much more popular Asuka is to Jun or whatever the fuck. Jun, she's been heavily requested. She's like the Tekken mom, right? People want Jun back. Ganryu, very unlikely. I don't see Ganryu at all. He's the most unpopular character to the point of the fact that they made a joke about it in his reveal trailer. His new design is fucking awesome. Like, his visual design, he looks amazing. Talk about a fucking glow up, right? But he's still not used. Even though I think he's quite cool, I don't use him either. So, you know, like, he's just, I don't see it. I don't think they'd leave him out and put him in as DLC again, because that'd probably be unpopular and not really received well, and I don't think they're going to give him a base roster slot, because why would you do that when you've got newcomers to be making, you know? Why would you make it Ganryu take a slot from one of the new guys, or waste development resources on Ganryu when you could make fucking Ram's tattoos and rips look even more ripped and tattooed? You know what I'm saying? Kuma, the opposite end of the spectrum. He's like Ganryu, except people care. So, you know. Brian Fury, ludicrously popular to the point of him influencing an unfortunate wrestler. I won't go into it, but if you know the Austin Theory shit, then you know. Dragonov, super popular, probably base roster. I can see him being DLC, but possibly DLC means they're not going to be in the game, and deliberate DLC means they're left out of the game. Actually, no, wait. Harada and Aris are cronies, aren't they? So he'll probably put him in for Aris. Lily, extremely popular. Leah, apparently extremely popular, but I didn't really know that, so I'll put her in very likely. Also, Lily and Asuka have like a rivalry, so if Asuka comes and Lily's left out, that'll be really weird. But saying that, they left Anna out when Nina's here, so who knows? They could do whatever they wanted. Kunimitsu, literally replacing Noctis. She's coming. They've given her Noctis's 2-2-2-2-2. They've given Kunimitsu Noctis's Warp Strike. They've given Kunimitsu Noctis's weeb shit. Like, you know what I mean? Kunimitsu is very clearly like supposed to, because they know Noctis isn't coming back, because why would he? So they put elements of Noctis into Kunimitsu so that Kunimitsu can sort of keep that Noctis train going somewhat, you know? Hwoarang is Hwoarang, he's coming. Forest could maybe be a skin for Law, but I don't really even see that happening, so I'll put him in very unlikely. Law, it's Law, he's coming. Lee, it's Lee, he's coming. Lei, Wulong. Again, similar situation to Ganryu. Harada was like, I'm not fucking putting Lei in the game so that no one uses him. And then everyone was like, put Lei in the game! And he's like, fine. And then he put Lei in the game and nobody used him. So I don't really think Harada is going to be a fan of that. Miguel! Kermit the Frog. I can see Miguel, he's pretty likely. I mean, if Leo's popular, and I don't know that, but I do know that Miguel's popular enough, you know, he's popular enough, then I can see Miguel returning. It's pretty damn likely. In fact, yeah, I'll move these two down here, because I don't feel like it's to the same caliber of Armor King, Eddie Gordo, Julia, Jun. But I see it, you know, I see it. Raven / Master Raven. I don't know who the hell they're going to go with. They might leave Raven out as DLC. I'm going to put him there. Because I don't know if they're going to go Master Raven again, or if they're going to go back to Raven, because people weren't too fond of Master Raven and prefer Raven greatly. Because Raven's one of the bitch characters, right? Where people on Twitter, you know, like, I said it to, again, I was talking to Natasha about it. Harada could tweet the death of, like, a loved one, and people would be in the replies saying, "Where's Bruce? Give me Christy! I want Raven!" You know, like, he's one of them characters. So, where the hell did Raven just go? I know you're a ninja, mate, but I'm blind. I feel like these three are characters that he'll leave out as deliberate DLC. I don't think they're going to go back to Master Raven at all. Yoshimitsu, he's Tekken, and Soul Calibur. Ling, definitely coming. Who else have we got? Bosk, not happening. Ogre, not happening. Steve encompasses Tekken 4, so they're not going to get rid of Steve. P-Jack, not happening. Roger, same again, I'll just put him next to them. Zafina. I don't know if she's very popular, but she's definitely very powerful. And she's a girl character. And girl characters these days seem to be a lot more popular in the West, to be honest. Like, I just realised I don't even think I placed Josie properly, did I? I feel like Josie will be similar to Christy, where if they leave Josie out, Josie will just become like the "Where's Josie? I want Josie!" after Harada's. You know, it is with great condolences that Bandai Namco is defunct as a company. Can we have Christy? You know, I feel like Josie is, you know, gonna be the same fucking thing. So I can see them adding Josie. Pretty likely, very likely. I don't know where to put her, so I will do pretty likely, because I'm pretty sure Claudia is the most popular non-DLC newcomer outside of Kasumi and Akuma. But I don't know that much. I'm going off my brain. Marduk. I don't see Marduk happening, to be honest. I doubt they would put a character in as DLC again, because that to me would just be received poorly. Like, imagine you played Smash Bros. And then they left out Bayonetta and it was like, yes, Bayonetta's gone. And then Bayonetta came back as DLC and it was like, for fuck's sake, you know. Marduk isn't exactly a fun character to fight. He's not killing the game like Bayonetta did with Smash 4. But, you know, you can draw like slight comparisons there. I don't think they'd really do that. but he's more popular than these guys, and I don't think he wants to shoot the character in the fucking head like Lei Wulong. So I'm only going to put Marduk in unlikely. Who else do we have? Panda is just a bear skin, so I'm not even going to do that. I don't know who this is. Shaheen. Oh my god, I forgot about Shaheen, because everybody did. I don't know who this is, so I'm going to put him in very unlikely, because, and the most mysterious character ever, in also very unlikely, but who knows. Wang, dead. Who else have we got? Gon. I'm not even going to rate Gon. If you want me to rate Gon, then you can get Gon. These are all basically just skins, so, you know, these are like the skins from Tekken Tag, so I'm going to leave them out. But that doesn't mean to say I don't see them coming as skins, just so you know. Like, I can absolutely see Violet coming back, but I don't care about rating that. So, you know, like, this is a Kunimitsu skin. I can, it's obviously going to do the skin, but it's not character, so I'm leaving it. But yeah, is that my list? Is that everyone? None of these characters are unique, right? Who was I talking about before I said Wang was dead? Oh yeah, these guys. I think this is from the Tekken mobile game, if that was a thing. I know literally nothing about him, and I got told about him yesterday. And this girl, I've heard, is the most mysterious character ever. And then you've got, again, Nath told me about him, Disaster, aka Ken Mishima. Yeah. Oh my god, he looks like Jin Kazama if he went Beast Gohan mode. I've never seen this character before. God Hand? Well, anyway. Yeah, I think it's safe to say very unlikely. / not happening, but, you know, not, like, deconfirmed, per se. But, you know, Ken Mishima / God Hand, who... if they really wanted to, for the absolute die-hard fans, then, you know, that's the only thing. But I can't think of any reason why it would happen, but I can't think of a reason why it wouldn't happen, like Wang being dead. Beck is dead, but I feel like Beck is at least popular enough to maybe be DLC. But yeah, so, let's have a recap of the list. Coming, already in, we don't know, but probably already in. Yep, So, is there anything I'd change out of the top tier? Anna Williams, I'll put her in very likely. And Lillian, very likely. Because I can see them happening, but the fact that they left out Anna in Tekken 7 to sell her as DLC is just so strange to me. So it sort of gives a bit of a you don't know, like you never know, they might do kind of situation. And since Lily is like Asuka's rival, you know, like I say, it's like you honestly never know. They might leave Lily out and sell her as DLC because she's got that power, you know. She's similar to Christy, but I don't think she'd be as much like that, if you know what I mean. Only reason isn't very likely is the fact that they might do the Christy thing that I said. Is there anyone else in here that I haven't touched on much? Oh yeah, the Kangaroos and Alex. I don't really know much about them. They're fucking annoying in Tekken Tag, and I really don't like the characters, but I don't know if they're that popular. They are joke characters, and obviously Tekken is a fan of its jokes. That's why I put Bob in pretty likely. And yeah, I do apologise if I'm not the most knowledgeable person about a lot of this stuff, but that's where you come in. You can comment down below and tell me where I'm ignorant and where I just don't know shit and, you know, basically correct me. But this is my Tekken list for who's going to come in Tekken 8. So, yeah, if you like this video, give it a like. If you didn't like it, give it a dislike. Make sure you subscribe for more Tekken videos, because I'm planning on getting a lot more stuff done. I hope you enjoyed the video. I do apologise for being monotone and having a bugged up face. But, yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Cheers. Have a good day.